You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Selling a little or a lot? Shopify helps you do your thing however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way up to, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Batard. B-A-T-A-R-D. That's shopify.com/Batard. B-A-T-A-R-D. Now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Batard.
Without knowing that you guys were about to turn the microphones on, Greg Cote just said to me, like as you were counting me in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because he didn't have his headsets on, heard you had my nemesis Zaslow on yesterday. Zaslow says he's invited to your birthday party because you said everybody who's on air here is invited to your birthday party.
That's open to debate. Sorry, Zaslow. Don't count on it. I'm not in charge of that list, okay? I didn't even want it brought up. Christopher brings it up. All of a sudden, it's in the ether.
David Sampson wants to go, too.
Oh, he's invited.
Wow.
We love David Sampson. No, he's a big fan. Not sure about the and one.
He's a big fan. Of yours?
No, I'm a big fan of David Sampson's. I always have been.
All right, I'm a little worried, Chris. Here, he didn't know the microphones were going to come on, and he hasn't been really alert this week about everything that's happening around here. His stamina on Tuesday became a wonderful problem in that the whole show derailed for the last hour in the most wonderful way because his stamina fell apart. Because he'd been off for a month and he'd forgotten what it's like to get back on. Him doing 2 shows this week, you see how sluggish he's come out of the gate, right? Doesn't really know doesn't know he's on air, doesn't know, are we talking privately? Are we talking publicly? A lot. Tony, that is good. That is good analysis by you. Real lazy slop right out of the gate. Not giving us great strength out of the seat, but in honor of the spirit of the seat, maximum lazy. Because Jeremy came to me before the show today and said that the WFAN subreddit, and God almighty, that's a phrase I never wanted to utter. I don't want to be, I believe that to be the path in hell that has flames on the side, and every once in a while somebody jumps out of the shrubbery and stabs you with a pitchfork. It's the WFAN subreddit, like whatever that comment section is. But evidently it has turned violently on Stugotz. Stugotz thought he was going to go to New York and get some sort of hero's welcome because he's back in sports radio, and they're telling me that's not what's happened.
I thought the subreddit was bad, so I went to Twitter and was like, oh, maybe that'll be different, and then saw the first tweet. This tool, Stugotz, is the most annoying, non-talented person in sports media.
How bad is it? How bad has the reception been?
That bad.
Well, because Taylor around here has, it's been interesting to watch Taylor, who thinks of Stugotz as a bit of a hero. And at the very beginning of all of this week, Taylor was very excited. And now he's mortified because he's seen the inner workings of the machine. And he wrote me at 6:30 this morning. It's just breathtaking how he goes to host New York sports radio and still refuses to watch what people want to talk about. I'm insulted how he cannot be bothered to watch what people are talking about. The worst part of it is all he needs to do is fake it through the Mets. It's his team. It's his team.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Today's episode is sponsored by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Chris Cote, what kind of dad are we going to get today? Is Greg Cote ready to rise above the slop that he just gave us in the first 4 minutes and give us greatness today the way that he did at the end of Tuesday's show when he became delirious and fell apart and the whole show fell in a ditch?
I think he's going to do fine, but I don't think he's going to be able to recreate Tuesday because it was a good show. He was on it, and he wasn't on it, but that's when you know how it works with him.
All right, he is here, and he is already swigging vigorously from the cup, which is something he normally does only when he has done something great, which he has not yet done today.
I'm anticipating greatness. That's why I'm taking a pre-greatness swig.
Okay.
You love to refer to a swig as vigorous.
Well, because of the way look at the way you do it. Show me.
No,
Here,
do it again.
Give it. No, because you do it. Because you do the Kermit sipping tea. I'm so good. I love all the things that I am. My God, my farts smell like roses. Like that. I'm so great.
You're getting all of that out of the way I sip coffee?
Does give it off.
You're getting all of that? Like I'm saying how great I am by the way
Put it on the poll, Juju. Does Greg Cote sip coffee as if he's incredibly pleased with himself?
Ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. It's how it happens every time.
Again, he's anticipating greatness, Dan. He's getting his mind right for the swigs of greatness later on by establishing the greatness of swigs now.
I tell you, Tony's got it right, man. He nailed it.
We'll see how good you are today without the constant support of Billy. Let's see if Tony can give you what it is
He's
that
already
you
done
need.
it.
Yeah, let's see.
Nobody said it better than Tony.
Thank you.
We will see together as a show. Look, I am intent. We celebrate our 20th anniversary this year, and I am intent over the course of the next year of really showing people the innards of our thing in all of the unpleasant ways, because Stugotz isn't faking it with this is a contract year. You know how I'm going to get a big contract? By being my worst possible self and let the bidding war start. So we're going to have some messiness here. Some of the stuff that broke up Joe Budden and Rory and Mao, like some of that stuff is going to make an appearance, and I want everyone to see the innards of this. It's going to make people uncomfortable. But one of the things I want to show them is the constant Billy support that Greg gets on Tuesdays, that Greg has somehow been fooled into thinking is real and has made Billy one of the most popular characters in the history of this show because he's faking it on Tuesdays in his support of you.
No, it's real. And I told Tony before the show, if he supports me in a Billy-ish way, he's earned an invitation to my...
Another great point by Greg, Dan.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tony. I tell you, man, the kid's learning. He's got it nailed.
Tony's not yet invited to... Is Jessica invited? Jessica's invited.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. You got to draw the line somewhere. Tony's in. He's in with the in crowd.
But where's the line for you?
What's that?
Where's the line for you?
Lewis, probably. Oh! I'm kidding. I know. It's just
what does that mean?
joke.
If you're on the line, though, is it like tie goes to the runner, or is it like when it's on the line in tennis? That's in. That means that Lewis. That means Lewis is in, but he's right on the line.
It's like Mission Impossible, where Tom Cruise slides right under the garage door. He's like, just getting in.
Yeah, that's all up to my wife. You know, anyone insulted by not being invited, blame Erlene.
Is Jeremy invited?
Oh, he's a member of the Hee Haw 3.
Yeah, come on, Dan.
Insane?
Don't try to sow division.
Of course.
I'm asking. I don't believe the audience knows who's invited to the 70th birthday party. It doesn't sound. Are you busy with your text? What's going on with your texts?
Look, I can't do everything at once.
Right, but so how about you just do the show?
Okay, how about what I was doing just now was turning down my volume so that
Good job, Greg.
You wouldn't hear
mid-show. That's the perfect time to do that.
The phone goes off, and then you're yelling at me because it didn't turn my phone off. So that kind of thing. Yeah, Jeremy, he's a valuable member of the Hee Haw 3. Of course, he's going to be there. There's a rumor that the Hee Haw 3 might perform a song at the party. I can't confirm that. I just made it up just a second, but...
Lovely birthday cruise, perhaps.
It's been a lovely cruise.
Birthday.
We'll see.
Speaking of Greg Cote-related rumors, I am told that you question Ron Magill's almost died at the hands and the feet and the horns of a buffalo in Africa. I am told you question that story by sources, and I'm told, after you said I'm a very good bet...
See, that was not a vigorous swig. That was I don't know, what's the opposite of vigorous? That was a languid
Casual?
swig, a very casual swig, conveying not overconfidence or greatness, but the opposite.
After you announced that you are a very good bad driver, and we learned you ran into only one hunger wall in Ireland and also
Famine wall.
I'm sorry, my bad.
See where your head's
Kind of
at,
the
Dan.
opposite.
I mean, is it? I feel like they're kind of synonymous there. Like if there's famine, there's hunger, but still, my bad. Famine wall. Great potato shortage of 1840. My bad. The thing that I was saying about his driving, he claimed to be a good bad driver, and we then learned he ran into a famine wall, he ran into something in a garage, he ran into shrubs, and then I was told by a source that you recently were in the car with some other people. I don't know whether you ran over the curb right then or earlier, but that the car had to be taken in for all 4 rims to be readjusted because of how poorly you generally drive.
I mean, like many people, I'll hop a curb occasionally.
What?
Pardon me. Sitting in this Stugotz chair has gotten to my voice.
Not the coffee.
No, Greg Coffee.
What?
Greg, just hit the off button. That's $15 in fines. Just hit the off
I already
button.
gave you a Euro 10 the other day. Would you invest
Take
that?
a 20 today.
Greg, just hit the
Where's
giant
the off button?
Hit the giant button that says off, the lower
All right,
left-hand
I got it.
corner
All right.
of a...
Okay.
He usually doesn't sit there, and he usually doesn't have control over his own microphone buttons.
Thank
So
you.
we should give him a little bit of time to adjust.
You.
$15.
You're already invited. You don't got to butter me up. Okay.
I'm hoping for a +2.
What, Willow? No dogs allowed. Sorry. No children other than my beloved granddaughter, and no dogs allowed unless they're service dogs. You don't want to get in the way of that. Heaven forbid I would prevent a dog from going on my birthday yacht because somebody claims they need a support
relax.
animal. I mean, and maybe they do. Don't get me wrong.
Are you against service animals? Is that the take?
It's gotten out of hand. You can't go on an air. You can't walk anywhere now. And Batard brings a dog into a supermarket, which is ridiculous. You can't. I'm walking. I dealt with a lot of airports recently, going to, Ireland, and you can't go in an airport now without seeing dogs being walked through an airport. But you never see a dog take a crap in an airport. I always say to my wife, "What are you doing? The dog's got to go when it's got to go."
You say that to your wife.
But you never see a dog take a crap, but they must. I mean, what happens when a dog takes a crap in an airplane? The guy sitting next to him is like calling the stewardess or his flight attendant.
Most dogs are potty trained, right?
Are they?
Yeah.
Not my dog.
Jumpin'
They
Charlie.
don't, they don't go to the bathroom that often.
I mean,
Anytime someone comes over my dad's house, Charlie starts peeing all over the floor everywhere.
it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
he's an excited peer.
I guarantee you, Levitar's dog is taking a crap in the middle of the canned vegetable aisle.
Well, we know that,
Yeah,
and he didn't pick it
no
up.
question about that.
At Batard Show, I've got a
Canned vegetable.
number of different questions. You guys think I buy canned vegetables?
You buy 0 vegetables.
It's funny.
Tony's on it today, man.
Thank you, Greg.
All questions to be put on the poll at Batard Show. Have you ever seen a dog take a crap in the airport? Is it okay to bring a dog to the grocery store? And are you for or against service animals? Because Greg's going very close to. Look what?
No, you don't.
Talking to the mic.
Greg, the microphone. Just that's right in
What
front.
is that picture?
What's the picture,
This
Greg?
damn microphone keeps falling. Don't paint
Full of
me.
flaccid.
Don't paint me anti-service dog, please. What I'm saying is, a lot of fraud going on with the service dog situation. Okay, if you truly need a service dog, more power to you. Bring it anywhere you like, except on my birthday yacht.
Except in my row.
What's that?
Except in your row.
Oh, I mean, it's just I don't want to be in a row with I would rather be in sitting next to a caterwauling baby, infant, than
It's just
than
a
a
bad
dog.
decision by you.
It's not true.
Put that on the
Caterwauling?
poll.
Caterwauling.
What does that mean?
bawling, a bawling baby, BAWLING.
How are you feeling right now about how everything's going?
I feel great.
Yeah, you feel like
I'm
it's
taking
going well?
Vigorous Swigs out of my coffee, so I must feel great.
Selling a little or a lot? Shopify helps you do your thing however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way up to, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Batard. Batard. That's shopify.com/Batard. Batard. Now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Batard.
Dan Le Batard.
Many of you, by the way, are writing in and you're saying, Dan, quit being so mean to co-hosts that you always deem incompetent. That's the formula, man. Me being mean to the co-host is what allows Stugotz to take a very wealthy vacation right now.
Stugotz.
It's a winning position for everyone but me. Have you guys not figured this out yet? That's the whole thing, is me being rotten straight man as everyone else gets to be incompetent, and I yell at them for being incompetent. And here's the miracle of it. It's the magic elixir. Bad, which is the only thing Greg Cote can be, becomes good and lovable. And it's because standing next to obnoxious, strident me makes everyone look that way.
Yeah, and the brush with death helped.
Yeah, that was planned by me. The whole thing was contrived.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
To reiterate, I am not anti-service dog. I don't mean to. The last thing on earth I want to do is demean people who genuinely need a service dog. I'm pro-dog. I've owned several dogs, buried all but one of them.
What?
The current one, yeah.
Yeah, Jumpin' Charlie is alive and well.
Riley was not buried.
Well, you don't use the word buried literally.
Well, you actually literally buried a few of your cats many years ago.
Right, yeah, in shoeboxes.
Puddin.
Yeah. Wow, Puddin. I'd forgotten about her. Or him, whatever it was. I think it was a gal cat.
A gat?
Yeah, that's right. Imagine being dumb enough to bury a cat in a shoebox. As if that's a casket. As if the shoebox will not disintegrate in the earth in a matter of weeks. But somewhere in my backyard.
Aren't your deck shoes back there, too?
Yeah. And you never remember where you buried something, So Puddin's over here, the deck shoes are over here. It's just a crapshoot whether or not you dig.
You didn't make a little marker, though, Greg?
No.
A tombstone?
No.
For Puddin?
Unmarked grave.
I have
Popper's grave.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a number. I think that is what Earl Woods' wife did to Earl Woods because she was so mad that Tiger's dad, her husband, cheated on her and shamed her. I'm pretty sure he
buried him in the backyard.
Buried him in an unmarked pauper's grave somewhere that doesn't even have a name on it. I'm pretty sure that happened. But I have a number of different questions for Greg Cote based on everything I just learned. And what I believe to have been just the articulation of one of the saddest cemeteries I've ever heard of. 2 cats in shoeboxes, one of them named Puddin, I'm assuming, no G at the end, just an apostrophe, hanging in that box that's not a coffin, and a couple of 30-year-old boat shoes. Like, that's unbelievable. That's a sadder cemetery than the one Earl Woods is in. Like, that's an unbelievably sad cemetery.
Why?
Because, what do you mean, why? Listen to what you just described. There are many dead cats as there are shoeboxes with dead cats, as there are shoes. In fact, there might be more shoeboxes. I don't remember how you buried the boat shoes. Are they in a shoebox or are they just 2 stray shoes?
Inexplicably, there's 2 things buried. There's a cat and shoes. For some reason, the cat is in a shoebox and the shoes aren't.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point by you. I think Yaz is also buried in my backyard.
Is that a person or is that a?
No, I named.
Isn't that a birth control?
You know what?
Isn't that
always annoyed me that they purloined the great nickname Yaz into a birth control pill, which I think is now defunct. But my first adult cat I named Yaz after my childhood hero. And I think Yaz is also buried in my backyard, but I can't remember. Your mother would know, Christopher.
I'll ask her.
How is it? I mean, I can't believe there are many people in our audience who have buried something in their backyard and can't remember. Like, put it on the poll, please, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Have you ever buried something in your backyard and now can't remember whether you did or not?
It's years ago.
I understand that that's what you're blaming the memory loss on, but if I were to bury a beloved thing in my yard, I would remember whether or not I had done it.
Doubt it.
You guys think I'm the weird one here?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't believe that I'm the weird one here.
People don't do that, especially today. Maybe that was a thing like in the 90s.
Bring it back. You know,
Jack.
what better way to memorialize a dearly departed pet than to keep him or her close?
My grandfather also
photo?
buried dogs in the backyard of my mom's childhood home. Like, there was a dog, Leon, who, lion in English, he looked like a lion, buried him in the backyard.
Yeah. Thank you.
But in a shoebox?
Oh, not in a shoebox. He was a big dog.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Puddin barely fit in that shoebox.
Oh my God! So now you're squeezing a cat, a dead cat, in tightly to a
dearly departed cat.
Get him a bigger shoebox.
Does Puddin? Is there a G at the end of that or not?
No, there's not. It's an apostrophe, as you said. Shoeboxes, by the way, are getting huge now. Has anyone else noticed that? Shoeboxes, they always used to be the exact same size. The little shoebox rectangle that everyone was familiar with. Now, a shoebox, they can be this, they're unnecessarily big. So in the modern day, Puddin would have fit very comfortably in today's shoebox. It's only in yesterday's shoebox that it was a tight fit.
Is he right about that? Because I know that some high-end shoes have bigger shoe boxes,
Giant.
but those aren't the ones you're buying. You're not buying buying anything over $100. I know some of the best stylish, not just dress shoes, but Nike and popular shoes might come in a more ornate packaging meant to give off this is a treasure chest.
Yeah, ridiculous.
But not the shoes you're buying. The Skechers I'm sure you're wearing again today.
No, I'm wearing my deck shoes. Thank you. My Skechers cost in the neighborhood of $80. If I'm paying $100 for a pair of shoes, there better be a couple of $20 bills in each shoe because it's ridiculous. It's like people, spending thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars for an autograph or a piece of memorabilia. It's ridiculous.
He's right. Bring back cheap shoes.
Yeah, right.
Tony, I'm surprised to hear you say that. That's in support of you, but Tony does not agree with what he's saying.
He's a shoeaholic.
No,
a shoey.
Tony loves expensive shoes. I've got more questions. One of them being, who's to blame for Jumpin' Charlie's lack of discipline? Jumpin', a second pet that you have that has no G, another apostrophe, correct?
Yeah, Jumpin', right.
The irony is
JC.
you're a big G guy.
You've got both the G's in your name that you wouldn't give to your cats.
Puddin was before my marriage. I mean, Puddin was named and reared by Erlene.
Jumpin' Charlie is a bad dog because of you.
Jumpin' Charlie's not a bad dog.
He's a lot.
A beautiful dog.
Greg, he pisses himself when the company comes over. That's textbook.
He's excited.
He chews up your sofa.
He used to. He's not as bad about that now.
He won't stop jumping up and down.
That's true. That's true.
His name's Jumpin' Charlie, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
It's not Sitting Charlie.
I ain't lying with that name. Yeah, and he's got, and he won't get a nail clip at the vet. That's a problem. The vet gives me sedatives to give the dog now. Next time I bring the dog in for a nail clip, 4 hours before the appointment, I have to give the dog sedatives so he won't go so crazy getting his nail
At
clipped.
Le Batard Show, is your dog a bad dog if the vet has to drug it to calm it down? I don't know how you define a bad dog. If all of the things I'm putting in front of you, chews everything up, won't stay off the furniture, won't stop jumping around, and pisses itself when the company comes over, and we have to sedate the holy hell out of it in order to get it to interact with the vet.
I'm insulted.
Dispossession.
I'm insulted here because when I used to pee on company, you'd get really mad at me, but Charlie can do it.
Yes, exactly. Charlie's still, an old puppy. He just turned 2 in March or April, and so he's still a young dog, learning, teaching, absorbing, getting better. Doesn't chew, Barbie dolls and furniture nearly as much as he used to.
Can you guys get for me what's happening with the WFAN subreddit? Is Taylor out there ready so that he can give me an update on everything going on with Stugotz? Because we are headed into a contract year, and while some of you are going to get tired of me talking about Stugotz here or not being here, we kind of have to fill the chair when he's not here. Greg Cote has done so magnificently this week. A lot of you loved Zaslow here. I believe that this chair is the best chair anywhere in sports media.
Wow.
I want to get to everything that's happening in sports media because I don't think Tim Legler's going back to ESPN. It seems like Around the Horn is going to be gone soon. And so in pieces, ESPN is making fundamental changes that I want to talk about because the media, I don't know. Tim Legler is great. And I look around and I'm like, and where's he going to work next? Like, where are the places for great people now that the market is shrinking? Stugotz seems to think he's still living in the golden age of media when you can go to WFAN, starve for a week, and parlay it into something, but he doesn't seem to be noticing that all of media is collapsing all around him. Is Taylor now ready, Chris Cote, so that I can go to him? Taylor, what is going on so far this week with your experience listening to Stugotz? I felt for you, right? Because sports radio is terrible. New York sports radio is a special kind of acidic, and Stugotz not trying and doing New York sports radio is not something I would ever want to listen to. So how has that gone for you?
Yeah, I'm perusing the Reddit right now on WFAN. It's not going well, to say the least, but I'm insulted that Stu couldn't even be bothered to watch the Subway Series with this dead period in sports. The Yankees and the Mets are playing. It was basically served up for him on a tee. Hey, you just have to watch these games. And to be honest with you, I'm more embarrassed in myself that I thought he would try this week.
Well, here's a funny thing about you thinking that he would try. In terms of on a platter, how little effort he's being asked to make, it's not even 2 baseball games he has to watch. He's just got to watch the Yankees play against the Mets. They could talk about that for 4 hours there. It's just one regular season game. The Mets won 12-3. Hey, Grimace is great. Let's talk about that. Do you have any sound there, Chris? Because you told me before the show that the hosts have already figured out that he is not in a good camouflage, that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Do you believe me now that the Yankees are in trouble? Did this game and this series prove to you that this team right now...
First off, did you watch the game last night?
I did not watch the game. As I mentioned before, Eddie, I was walking around the street smoking joints.
Did you watch the highlight package?
I didn't watch the highlight package. What I do is I let Gio set the scene, and then I just respond to whatever it is that Gio says. What? Let me ask you something.
This is why your takes are what your takes are on the Yankees, because you just look at the record, you're like, it's not so bad. Anybody who thinks that Aaron Boone's going to be fired this morning, it's just he's not going to be fired.
He's not getting fired. What do you want him to do? What is he supposed to say to Garrett Cole before he goes
exactly.
out?
Yes.
And gives up 6 runs last night.
Yeah.
Against the New York Mets. How do you like that, Eddie, for a guy who didn't watch the game, huh?
It is wonderful. You pulled that out of something.
Yeah.
Let me just say this.
He's got the box score up in front of him.
Listen, I have made a career out of reading box scores.
Yeah. You are the patron saint of slackers. You really are.
Well, thank you.
You are pure sloth, and it's really
it.
admirable.
You're my guy, Eddie.
I'm looking at the shipping container. The shipping container, I can't register what is happening there. It feels like cringy disgust from people who love him.
He's playing his hits. Like, this is, we know this monster. So like I've heard that sound a dozen times where he's just like, yeah, look at the box score, and they're marveling at it.
Could argue that he's in peak form. He's doing Stugotz the best that he possibly can in that clip.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be doing it so much better now at WFAN. Like, watch the game, have a take, come on strong, and then you can come back here and be like, see, Daniel, look how good I was. I still got the fastball. Let me know.
Taylor, what do you got out there?
It's one thing when he's doing it on this show. I'm in South Florida, away from New York. I listen to WFAN because it's cathartic for me. I want to hear the host bash DJ LeMahieu, Gleyber Torres, a lack of hustle, a bad pitching staff. It's like he's in my house now, and he's making a mess.
Taylor's disgusted. Taylor was at the beginning of this. He was buoyant, like on Tuesday he was floating on clouds around here, and now it's as if those clouds are covered in battery acid.
I'm going to defend Stugotz. Okay, he's too big to give you an audition. Okay, Stugotz is what he is. We all love him. He's going on WFAN to be Stugotz, not to all of a sudden transmogrify into this expert who watched all the games and has this unique takes. No, he's bigger and better than that.
Taylor?
I do have to give him some credit, though, because he started to win me back today because he played a great game. If George Steinbrenner was still alive, where you say if George Steinbrenner was still alive, and then you give a take. So I think his was if George Steinbrenner was still alive, Juan Soto would never hit free agency. And he said that, and I was kind of like, I'm back.
Yeah, good take.
Yeah, he's totally right about that.
You're always one good game away from getting everybody back, by the way. One good game.
If you're a pet parent like me, you know about Chewy. And when they say they have everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy, they are not messing around. Chewy has over 100,000 products from all the brands that Willow loves. At prices that I love. Food, treats, beds, you name it, they have it. And it gets shipped directly to your door in 1 to 2 days. Whenever I bring Willow to work at the Batard show, I have to bring some of her favorite toys and treats with her. She loves liver treats, lamb hearts, all the good stuff, and Chewy has all of it. It's so easy to shop on Chewy. You just search through their thousands of products, find what your dog likes, and then you can auto ship it, which is a huge time saver, and it gives you peace of mind that if you need some food or treats last minute, it'll be there in a couple days. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/Dan. That's chewy.com/Dan to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewy.com/Dan. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Dan Le Batard.
Let me get some golf ASMR.
Stugotz.
Oh, me.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Chris, what are you yelling at your father about? Your father's discussed it at the start of the segment. This is now, I think, the fourth or the fifth straight segment, going back to Tuesday, where you've had to yell at your father as they're counting us in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Headphones, Dad, headphones.
The one thing he has to do before the segment. What is that photo?
It's a photo of myself when I was...
That's you?
Yeah, when I was about 17 or 18 years old.
Huh.
Thank you.
That Cody knows.
I just noticed it today in my office.
Why?
I'm going to take a nap now.
I don't know. I noticed it.
Chris, this is what it's going to be for Bronny when he plays late in his career with LeBron. Dad, the ball. Bring the ball up,
Imagine
Dad.
LeBron dribbling up the court, and then I found a picture of myself.
Then he just dribbles out of bounds.
Yes, Dad,
just dribbles
a little
out
more
of
energy.
Now, his narcissism, Chris, I feel for you, honestly, because my father, I've dealt with this, and your dad has aged more rapidly than my father because he drinks. You drink 12 beers a night. My father didn't do that.
Why not?
But I'm saying your deterioration has been faster than my father's.
I appreciate you saying that, Dan. Thank you very much. That's so kind of you to say.
Greg, why are you're sitting here instead of focusing on the show we're doing?
I got a laser focus, and you know it.
Instead of focusing on the show that we are presently doing, pretty popular show, a lot of people listening, a lot of people watching.
Right.
You're doing the side project of neglecting the audio audience that we are still beholden to more than any other.
Love the audio audience.
So you show a picture. So you're preoccupied at the start of a segment, not putting your headset on because you're very busy putting out for an audio audience that cannot see it, a picture of you as a 17-year-old that you've explained to no one in the room.
Right. Correct. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
You trying to build our YouTube audience? Like, what are you doing here?
Use your imagination. I refer to a picture of myself at 17 or 18 years old. You don't see it, so what are you going to do? Use your imagination. What did I look like at 17 or 18? What did any of you look like at 17 or 18?
Macaulay Culkin?
That's right about that.
Thank you, Tony.
That's what it looks like from back here, at least.
Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but...
Yeah.
It's black and white. It is like one of those photographs that was taken by a guy with gunpowder hiding under a curtain in the 1910 saloon.
Yeah.
The one picture of your great-granddaddy that still exists from back then. He wouldn't understand the iPhone at all, your great-granddaddy,
Damn right
who
he
had
wouldn't.
one photograph of him taken that way.
Yeah.
Chris, you should save this for your father as a young man almost predates photography. Your father as a young man is something that your granddaughter is going to want to remember because your dad has been drinking 12 beers a day for 30 years and he's deteriorating at a rapid rate of speed. And so,
ridiculous. I mean, come
Greg,
on.
you've been coughing for 6 straight years.
I haven't
here.
coughed in 6 years.
Greg, you passed out at High Life from trying to stifle
Yeah,
coughs.
but that was a while ago. The new me doesn't cough.
You fell at bowling like 2 months ago.
All right, I tripped.
What happened?
I tripped and fell. Sue me.
I thought you fainted.
People do that. I may have fainted. I don't know. What difference does it make? It's
Greg, I
after
mean,
the-
they got greasy. The lanes are greasy, though. That's the thing, too.
Yeah, Bob Greasy.
What?
Whether I tripped or
Brian.
fainted, what difference does it make? Water under the bridge.
Jeremy, I know that our audience is getting irritated with this, but I really do want to know what the reaction is to Stugotz, because Stugotz is trying to parlay WFAN into a career move here or elsewhere. Like, he's not hiding that. That's something that he's trying to do as we celebrate our 20th anniversary. And so the reaction, what else as part of the reaction has made you wince and cringe in the commentary on, I can't believe that what I'm using for content here is the WFAN subreddit.
Who the hell is he? He sits there like he's freezing, cap pulled down and a smirk on the whole time as he carries on like some big shot guy come down to sit with the kids. Okay, let's see what he has, ... all capital letters, nothing. What the f***?
I mean, the first one, it wasn't all that right about. I mean, Stugotz is big man on campus, coming down with the hat tilt down, a little grin.
Stugotz is bigger than anybody at FAN not named Boomer Esiason. Bigger than any one of them. That's not up for dispute. That's not.
And also smaller.
And also smaller. And also trying the move. He's been hiding under his hat for 4 years, hoping nobody notices he doesn't know anything. And what the move that he's doing, I remember, God, what was the name? I think it was Jose Robles, a University of Miami second baseman, baseball player who was like 5'4", and his teammates would just yell at him from the dugout and the field, "Hey, who left the cap on the field at second base?" Because he was so small.
That's funny.
Stugotz at the end of this just wants to be a baseball cap that is in front of a microphone, and you don't even notice whether it's there or not. It's just Chris Cote hitting a laugh track on his behalf because he's trying to physically hide. But he rolls like a big shot because all he's doing in New York is collecting parking fees. What's the sound that you said that you had for me, Chris, on
You're going to love this
on
one, Dan.
him explaining how it is? I don't even know. What do you need a car for in New York? I don't believe the grand majority of people in New York do not have a car, correct?
Yeah, it's very expensive, as we will hear about in this clip.
Unless you got someone else covering the bill.
And you found free street parking, I'm sure?
I did not. No. Parking garage.
For
It's been there for 4 days. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, Levitard's paying for it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, is he?
Well, you're not.
Well, I know we're not. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't personally, nor would the company.
It's been sitting there, I got it Monday.
Oh!
So it's been sitting on the Lower West Side. for 3 or 4 days now.
All right, that's over under $1,200. What do you think? Over or under $1,200?
$1,200.
Yeah.
If I show up there, and the guy tells me, "Hey, $1,200," I'm telling you right now, I'm walking out. I'm leaving the car there.
You can't do that, right? You can't
saving
just leave the
you
car
money.
there, right?
He's saving Dan money.
We are not paying for that, although I guess we are paying for that in that he's being paid to work there this week, and so that money will go to paying him wastefully parking his car there.
I wonder if Lower West Side is like a generational thing. I've never heard anyone say that except Stugotz.
Do we know if he's been to Meadowlark? Our offices are right across the street from there. Do we know if he has visited everyone else?
Is there anything he can steal from our office?
Gonna take the under.
There's some dude wipes there, I think.
Quote, he also laughs at everything he says, no matter how unfunny it is. How can you get a sports talk radio job and not like sports? Like, what the what's the point?
Harsh. That's tough. I feel for Stugotz. And subreddit, I mean, what an insult. Why is it called subreddit?
This guy's thing is that he just laughs like a lot? What?
Stupidity fan.
Stugotz is Stugotz, man. He's one of a kind.
Dan, I also have an update. Jorge Robles, not Jose. Jorge. Ooh. He was 5'7". Yeah. Small for a second baseman.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that correction. We pride ourselves on accuracy around here.
Hey, it's Mike Ryan. How do you like to grill your barbecue? Tell me. I'll be quiet. I'll stand back. I'll listen for approximately 2.5 seconds. Wow, a lot of great suggestions in there. Let me give you a suggestion. I need everybody in the audience to pair their barbecue with Miller Lite. I've been doing a lot of travel lately, and I really reveled in the fact that I got to stay home with my family. It was hot out. It was a perfect day for the pool. And what goes good with that? Miller time, of course. You know that's what I was getting at. I don't like debates. And that's why I go with Miller Lite, because it's got undebatable quality. It tastes as great as your barbecue. It's a beer that strips everything away that you don't need and holds on to what matters most. It's the light beer with the most taste, less filling, at only 96 calories. That is perfect for when you're eating some barbecue outside with your family. With a Miller Lite in your hand, grilling doesn't just taste great. It tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/Dan, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories per 12 ounces.
For years, you asked yourself, how do I save more money? But now it's, how do I preserve my money? Someone's asking the right questions. And at Sandy Spring Trust, we'll answer them one-on-one. From asset management to legacy and estate planning, you can feel confident in what's to come. What's your next financial destination? Visit sandyspringbank.com/wealth. Wealth and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not guaranteed, and may lose value. Wealth products offered by Sandy Spring Trust, a division of Sandy Spring Bank.